Thank you.
And now we would like to invite with us here on stage the current CEO of Zigurat, Pau F. I know he's very keen to share some words with us tonight.
Pau, if you could join us, but thank you very much. A round of applause for Pau. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and many thanks for coming. It is an honor to welcome you all here today. All of you have been part of the Zigurat story to date. First of all, I would like to thank you for your support during these last months in Zigurat. It has been a hard year for all of us, both professionally and personally, but with your effort and commitment, we have achieved great results. We have launched new programs, methodologies, and services that will help us to keep growing. To those of you that know me well, you know that I love numbers, and therefore, probably today you're expecting a presentation about new goals, new KPIs, new programs, and so on. Well, sorry to disappoint you, but today I'm going to talk about something more special, and that's our purpose. So let's start with our slogan, Beyond Future Education. Sounds great, right? We can see it on our walls, in our websites, in our campaigns. But what does it actually really mean? Today, I would like to explain to you what it means to me. Currently, we are experiencing massive changes. The last 2 decades have been marked by the massive internet adoption, where the digital world has been gaining ground to the physical world, year after year. Although it is true that humanity has overcome some of the biggest challenges in history, today we are faced with a social dilemma, where a large part of our social interactions are not just a result of our will, but are guided by algorithms. Also, the exponential population growth and the consumer culture have brought us to the brink of a climate disaster, which will probably be the greatest and most complex technological challenge that humanity has ever faced. So, where is this taking us? As we've all seen in the news recently, not enough is being done regarding the real issues that affect us. Governments are continually failing to make big decisions and to share common goals, and the power is swinging toward big tech businesses. Big organizations with traditional management models are struggling to adapt themselves to change. Public administrations no longer lead the vision of the future and are delegating that responsibility to the free market. So what challenges for individuals and organizations does this represent? For us, this implementation of exponential technologies offers us a future full of possibilities and opportunities, but we must define a very critical sense to avoid a social disaster. We have to define what type of relationship we want with technology. For this reason, it is very important that we invest in education based in active and ethical decision-making. Dataism is here to stay, and the flow of information will be exponential with the rapid implementation of the Internet of Things. If we don't want to leave anyone behind, we must bet on accessible, decentralized, and transparent technologies. As professionals, we will have the opportunity to choose which technologies and methodologies we can use to reverse the current situation and turn the world into a more sustainable and inclusive place. So we have an opportunity to take action. We are in the matrix moment, no? Are we going to play a passive or an active part in this change? What are we going to do? In Zigurat, we are going to develop the knowledge and skills that will help professionals, entrepreneurs, companies, and institutions to thrive in this new era through a disruptive training proposal designed to meet all future challenges. To overcome this disruption, we must be in constant contact with all the actors that will make up this new society and adapt our training programs to their needs at each moment. As complexity grows, also will professional profiles that will become more and more specialized. As we all know, technology is evolving rapidly, and knowledge is quickly getting out of date. For this reason, at Zigurat, we have developed a methodology that is not just based on knowledge, on the transfer of knowledge, but the capacity to adapt together at the pace of technology, the know-how. So there are massive challenges. How are we going to do this? How? On the one hand, we have the industry, which sets the requirements and capabilities that our students must have. Companies want people who can think, who are critical, who work as a team and can solve complex problems. So in order to offer applied and useful training proposals to market needs, we rely on professionals that are leading the transformation of productive sectors and are capable, and this is very important, are capable of transmitting their experience through an active academic model. The 21st century teacher is no longer a teacher of master classes, but must be a project coordinator, moving from a passive methodology to an active learning methodology. To achieve the highest employability rates for our students and prepare them for the market, we will focus on 4 transversal skills. Communication, which is paramount for cross-cultural relationships in a globalized environment. Collaboration, working as a team will be critical, and also working in agile and project management methodologies to be competitive. Creativity, the capacity for analysis, problem solving, to be more flexible, self-learning, and passion for future challenges will be key to evolve at the pace of technology. And the last but not least, critical thinking, capacity for analysis, critical sense, and focus on results. In the past, having power meant having access to data. Today, having power means knowing which is the important data and which one we have to ignore. So, what is the best way to develop these skills? In Zigurat, we have been doing it for 20 years, and we have a clear answer: through synchronous, complex teams and real projects. By doing this, we will be able not only to transmit the latest tools and methodologies, but also we will develop these skills, very important in the future. Asynchronous training and micro-credentials will be great for specific updates, but in no case, they will develop these competencies that will be differential in the labor market. And finally, probably the most important question, the why. Why are we doing this, no? Well, I believe that education is key to meeting these challenges and must be directed by a clear purpose. We must develop purpose-driven education. I believe that technology will help us to achieve better efficiency, after that sustainability, and finally circularity. And with this, our students will have a huge impact in our societies, developing better cities, infrastructures, and buildings. We will give them the tools to deploy more veracity, transparency, and equality in our societies. I believe that we must be an active part in this change, and we must invest in a digital revolution for a future with more equality. So to sum up, we are not just offering training courses. We are not just preparing professionals for the future. We are going beyond. We are preparing the leaders that will pave the path to a more sustainable world. And that's the beyond future education. So I dream of a better future. And now I would like to raise my glass to you. So. I have every trust in all of you, and I promise you that I will do my best. Thank you for making it possible. Cheers.
Well, a huge round of applause for Pau here. Thank you very much. You did an absolutely amazing job. And leading with purpose. Thank you, Pau. Thank you. Thank you.